So, I'm gonna take all the stuff off of this and then take it outside. And let's put some gas in it and see if it'll start. Ah. Okay, that's good enough. That's a lot. Hopefully it doesn't backfire, otherwise that's going to be a big problem. It's also not hot enough today to get it all to evaporate quickly, so that sucks too. Okay, let's see if it starts. I'm putting throttle to full. Choke it. Let's see if it'll go. Well, that was easy. It's probably flooded. Choke again. Fired over for 2 seconds. I'm gonna get a funnel. Also, this time I'm using 2-stroke gas. Oh, that sounded terrible. I have no idea what was that squealing noise was. Oh. Ah, my ears. We're gonna try slow. I also need to tune the engine, so that might be another thing. Oh man. What in the world is that noise? I don't think it's the belt. Oh my gosh. Is it the belt? Why is it squealing like that? Oh. I'm gonna get some hearing protection if it keeps doing that. It's got oil in it. I checked last time, well, when I first got it, I checked. Yeah, it's full of oil. Looks like the oil's got some water in it. Do we want to do an oil change right now? Nah. I want to see it run first. Then we'll do an oil change. It's got oil in it. That's good enough. And it doesn't look like there's lots of water in it. Just a little bit. Let me go get my squirt bottle. I'll fill it up with 2-stroke and we'll keep it running on that. really don't expect it to take much longer to start, but I don't know. Okay, I think what's going on, there seems to be some sort of bearing or something inside of the starter that is needing oil. That might have helped, but it's still something else is going on in there. We may be taking it apart, but let's see if we can get it going. That is weird. I'm not super worried about the carb working. I think it will. Again, I just think it needs to kind of run for a second, but we can also see if maybe, oh, that's not tight. Maybe loosening the main jet. Jeez, why will it come off? Funny thing to note now, I found my needle nose pliers and they were right next to where I was sitting. Was that running all the way? That's probably why it's not running. No. How far does it go in? Oh gosh. What in the world is going on? Does it only go in to a certain point? I don't know. Does it come out all the way? I don't know. It feels really tight. Let's take that out and see if the jet is causing us issues at all. Also, we might be able to tell if there's a fuel flow. There's a B. That's kind of funny. I don't know if I remembered to put this jet inside of the ultrasonic cleaner or not. I gotta figure out what size that is. No, it was a 13. Guess I gotta keep my... I gotta make sure I'm trusting my gut feel. I don't know how tight that should be in there. I don't want to over tighten it. This screwdriver is way too skinny. I'm gonna go get a bigger one. Oh man, that thing is messed up. Something is making that stick. I don't know. It's just, I don't want to tear up the screw too much. Let's try starting it again at that, whatever that is. I don't really want to get into the points, but there's a possibility that it's having a problem with spark too. Because fuel, I'm pretty confident that carburetor is okay. But I could throw it in the ultrasonic cleaner again. This is still really sticky. I think we're going to have to take a look at this, take it apart, and oil everything. Let's get some more oil on there. Okay. Ah. I'm seeing some vapor from the carburetor. Whoop. But now it doesn't want to start at all. I don't think the vapor from the carb is like smoke. I don't think it's igniting anything. So I think we've got a problem here. Ouch, smashed my hand pretty good. What do we do next? Do we want to check the points? I've never done points before. This is the first one. Let's just check spark. Let's take that spark plug out. Could just be the spark plug. Because I think I kind of flooded it, is my guess. That is a auto light spark plug. definitely been in there for a little while. Let me see. I'm guessing that's a standard size. Ah, come on. I haven't even taken this off before. It's got a lot of carbon on it, which I think is probably, actually some of that looks like rust. Like, not rust as in rust from the cylinder being rusty, but rust as in, I think that the dirty gas tank caused issues for this spark plug. So let me go see if I can find something that will kind of fit, that looks similar, because I don't obviously have a store on hand, so I'm gonna go see if I can find something really quick. They're not that close. This is the one I'm gonna put in, but we'll see. It's pretty gross in there, and looking at this, it was not getting enough. Well, it was getting some fuel, but I don't think it was quite enough. We'll see. I hope this is it, because, again, I don't want to dig into those points, because I know this thing has points. We'll touch those last, if we don't have any other choice. And then I'll throw the carb in the ultrasonic cleaner again, just to see. We'll see if it starts, though. There was something. Ugh. 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 That starter sucks. It definitely needs oil somewhere. Wherever it grabs onto isn't grabbing. See? There it goes. Yeah, something in there needs to be messed with. We had fire for just a second. I don't know if it's the tuning or what. It's holding us up now. So we know we have spark. Let's try giving it low throttle, see if it'll idle at all. Aw. Okay, so it does idle, that's good. It's really acting like it's not getting fuel. I wonder if I just didn't put enough fuel in the tank for it to suck it up. Because it's got some fuel in there, but it's not very much. Let's try more. Okay. That's about half a tank now. I might have to siphon it out, of course. But we'll see if that does it for us. Wouldn't that be awesome? Come on. Nope. Why? Are you going somewhere?
Yeah, I'm going over here.
Okay.
Sorry for interrupting.
You're good. I guess we're gonna go back into that carb. Because again, I don't think... Let's see if I can idle it. Let's see if the shutoff works properly. This is the shutoff switch, so let's make sure that works really quick. I really don't like its location. It's right by the cylinder head, which is really hot. I think there's supposed to be a knob on there, it kind of looks like. But yeah, let's just see if that works, because if it does, then that's at least good. So, go ahead. That does not work at all. We're missing something there. For it somewhere. There's probably some wire or something that's supposed to ground it out, but I don't know. Either that or it's supposed to touch, which it doesn't. We can try that again. I feel like that was coincidental. Oops, let's try one more time. This engine offers a lot of ways to burn your hands. Oh, I guess it does work. Good. I just had to push it harder. Okay, cool. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Alright, let's go back into the shop. Here we go. So on these Briggs style carburetors, it's very hard to get to the bottom screw here, but they're both slotted like this. As you can see, the slots go all the way out. If you can break it loose with a normal wrench, you can use a flathead screwdriver to go ahead and turn it about a quarter at a time. You just stick it in the end, turn it, stick it in the end, turn it until it'll just spin out, and there you go. much quicker, much easier than trying to use a traditional wrench on it, because you have to kind of line it up all the time. But yeah, like right now it's binding. Just gonna stick my screwdriver in there. You see what I'm doing? Hold on. Nope, focus. There you go. You can see I'm just sticking it into the very end, like so, and turning it. So there you guys go. And that's how you do it. Alright guys, so real quick, just so you can see, there is fuel in the little like fuel reservoir inside of the gas tank. Yes, I know it's rusty. I cleaned it to the best of my ability, but there's still rust in there. I'm not super worried about it though, because I cleaned the tank out and it didn't leave rusty water or anything. So this is kind of just sitting right there right now, because I still have to undo the linkage. Anyways, so because that is full, I'm assuming the pump inside is working properly. So that's not our problem. Our problem is in the jetting, I think. Alright. So this will not move properly. What I'm going to do is take some liquid wrench and spray it on while it's clamped in the vise, and we'll try to get it to come completely apart. So hopefully that will happen. It's just easier to clamp it in the vise than to screw it, or like unscrew it while it's there. Jeez. I'm just concerned about stripping it. I don't want to do that. Finally, okay. That was so tight. Oh, look at that. I'm hoping I didn't just mess up the threads on that. But, yeah, that's why it was so tight. I actually think that the threads already were messed up. My hope is that I don't have to get a new jet or like needle valve. If I do, it's probably not a big deal, but hopefully we don't have to do that. So I don't know what happened and what caused that to be like that. This is... Can't tell if that's hot to the touch or if it's cold. It's a temperature. It's cold. Okay. That was weird. It was a weird sensation. It felt like it was either really, really hot and burning me or really cold. So something is wrong with the threads inside of this. This is kind of like a really crappy metal. Feels kind of like magnesium. So it's not a very strong metal when it comes to actual strength, and you can tell this is also magnesium just by looking at the way that it feels. It's an alloy of some sort, at least. It's either magnesium or aluminum, one of the two. So as you can see, again, the threads are gone up to that point, so hopefully that doesn't mean that this won't work anymore. Let's go take the other jet out of the car. Oops, knocked over my screwdriver. Let's go move that there. Focus. There we go. And we'll just take this jet out again. We'll plop the carb in the ultrasonic cleaner once more. See if the problem was just that the carb didn't get clean enough. You can see straight through that jet, so that's not the problem. But I am going to throw it in there anyways, because I just might as well get all of the stuff off of it. The pump seems to have worked properly. We're going to take that off so that it's... Oh, there's gas everywhere. We're going to take the little diaphragm out. See, this diaphragm is perfect. It's got a little bit of a doming happening, but it's in really good shape. It's not hardened. There's definitely fuel that was in there, so that's good. That's a good sign. That means the fuel pump was working. Let's get the stuff out of the ultrasonic cleaner. I had it. It's already heated and everything, ready to go. Get my little tiny basket. This little guy, it's got some rust on the bottom of it. Not from this, but from removing rust. There was some dust on the workbench. Throw that in there, throw that in there. Whoa. Spring, jet, little washer thing. I'll throw that in there. Doesn't really need to go in there, but we'll do that. That. Spring. Okay. And we'll just throw the whole entire carburetor in there again. And hopefully it'll work this time. I think the problem was mainly just the mixture screw not working properly. In my ultrasonic cleaner, I kind of have to tip it. That's fine. Hopefully, actually, hold on. gotta put the other thing in first. The carb, because it's so big. Alright. The important half of the carburetor is submerged. And then we can throw this in. Like that. Oh, you can't see anything. There you go. So, it's all in there. Hopefully this will go on all the way. Touching a little. Okay, here we go. Let's set that. Because whatever it is holding us up for a while, I'm gonna set this to the maximum time, which it looks like it's already set to 99 minutes. There we go. Hello everybody and welcome. It's been a long time since my last video. I've just been busy with other stuff. But I have the part that I need, and we're gonna see if we can get this stupid thing running today. It's given me a lot of trouble, as you would know from the last video. But we're gonna try to get it going. I think this should be the thing that fixes it. So this right here is our jet adjustment, our air mixture, and whoever had it before stripped the crap out of this screw so that it cannot be adjusted. And I think the reason it won't run on its own carburetor is because the fuel mixture is off. So what we're going to do today is just take that off like so. See if I can get this with one hand. And like that. It's a little dirty. Focus. It's not going to focus. Oh well. No worries. Anyways, I got the new one. It's in a really nice looking box. New old stock. I'm going to put you up in a tripod. One moment, please. That's better. It's really early in the morning, about 8 o'clock today in January. So, it's winter time now. Let's see if we can get this to focus now. Tap my finger. Focus. Oh, almost. There we go. So that's the old one. And this screw right here is stripped inside of the threads on here, and it will not move properly. So that thing is junk. Now, we're going to take this one. Part number is right there. And the only thing about this one is it doesn't have the seal. But it was cheap on eBay. There weren't very many left, so good luck finding them. But I was lucky enough to get one. Hopefully you guys don't run into this issue. So it comes with a jet and a new needle. So I'm actually going to replace the jet too, because I want to make sure that these two are compatible. I don't know, they don't look a whole lot different, except the other one actually has a notch worn into it from whoever had it before. They were really screwing with it. So I want to make sure that both of these pieces are working properly together. So I'm going to actually take the jet out too. So let's do that. And then the one that I got didn't come with the little gasket that's supposed to be in it. Focus. There we go. Didn't come with the little gasket, but the gasket's stuck on there right now because it's so cold, but it will seal the way I need it to, so I'm not worried about that. Let's take the old jet out, which probably will have a little bit of corrosion on it, because this gas tank wasn't perfectly de-rustified. Oh, there it goes. So hopefully I'll be able to get that out. There it goes. But we can see through it. Actually, it looks okay. Focus. So yeah, there's a little crud on there, but not much. So that's going to be alright. We can keep that for later. Just compare these two, make sure they look the same. Hole sizes look the same. One of them's obviously shinier because it's not been used. But you can kind of see how this has a very round kind of entrance to the jet. Actually, no, they're the same. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. This one looks like it doesn't have any taper in it, but this one looks like it has a slight taper in the hole, which makes me think they were really trying to lean it out for some reason. So this jet actually does look like it might be damaged, but I'm going to hold on to it in case I ever need it again in the future. Because knowing me, I'll probably buy another one of these old engines and might need a jet for it. There goes my dog. So, go your pie spot, Bella. Okay, so let's just throw that new jet in there. Make sure there's nothing in the passageway. It looks okay to me. Anyways, let's throw this in there. See if I can get it in from this angle. Just need to get it started. There, that's good enough. It's screwed in now. And with these jets, you don't need to over tighten them, just screw it until it stops. Now, we're probably going to want to loosen this a little bit so that when we crank it down, we don't end up smashing something and ruining this one too. So I'm just going to loosen it by hand all the way out. I don't want it to fall out, but just enough. Grab that old gasket. It's hard and brittle, but it's not cracked. And then screw that on there. It won't leak. It wasn't leaking before, so we should be good with that. My wrench, tighten it on. I'm not going to over tighten it. It's just until it feels snug. We're good there. Now comes the fun part. So I'm going to run this in until it stops. Gently. Do not over tighten this. Okay, so it stopped there. Now 1/2, 1 1/4. So I'm gonna take it out 1 1/4 turns, and as long as there's fuel in it, should be able to get it to start, and then we can tune it from there. Yeah, there's fuel in it. This fuel shouldn't be bad. I got it towards the end of the season, so it's a few months old, but it should run on it. Come on. Oh, it's starting to smell a little bit. And I do not use ethanol free because it's too expensive, and I run my equipment enough that I normally don't need to worry about it. And I also just drain the fuel tank. So I'm going to move you because that position's not good for me to start it. You get to watch it from this angle for me. Let's see if we can get it going, okay? Choke on. Let's see here. Let's put the throttle. Can't remember which way's which. This is full throttle, I think. That's idle. So let's put it at about half throttle. And hopefully the little slider inside of the starter doesn't seize up. So let's give it a few pulls, just gently. See if we can prime it a little bit. Oh yeah, also make sure it's in on position. Okay, we're good there. Make sure it's all nice and lubricated inside that engine as well. It's been a while since I pulled on it, so we'll just kind of give it a few nice pulls. It is a very cold morning, so it might not want to start as easily, but let's give her a yank. Yes! Woohoo! Ha ha ha! That was all I needed. Can you believe that? If you watched the last video, you'll know. I was pulling on this thing for ages trying to get it going. That's all it needed. That is awesome. All right, let's get it going. Apparently with these engines, they like to be choked to start. So let's, oh, we're seeing some leakage here. What's leaking here? Is it just the seal? Is that oil? Nope, that's gas. Let's see here. Let's see if we can fix this. I think that's just, yeah, it's just not. Oh, uh-oh. That screw's stripped. That one's tight. We're gonna have to find a different screw for there. This one is not tight enough. So that wasn't snug down enough. This screw needs to be replaced. I don't know if any of these screws are what's causing leakage. Doesn't look like it. We'll make sure they're all snug though. Hopefully I can get in there enough, because the exhaust is kind of in the way. Oh, that one's tight. Come on. I can't really turn that one. Hopefully it's tight. Oh, that one's tight now. That one's tight. Okay, so this screw right here might be why it's leaking, because I can't really pull it down. It's kind of stripped out, and I think it's because that screw that's there is not the original screw, and it's actually smaller than the other ones. So we'll take a look at that in a second. I just want to get it started. We'll get it tight as I can. I just want to get it going for a little bit, okay? So that's what we're going to do next. Sounds like the governor's working though, so that's good. Okay, here we go. Take two. Let's try half throttle. So right about there. It's kind of pulling the choke open. Let's do what we did before where we kind of primed it. Uh-oh. We're a little too rich, I think. I'm not sure. Oh, God. Oh, you probably can't hear me. I'm gonna look for seeping along this gasket while it's warming up. We're gonna see if I can find anything that might give me an indication of why I'm seeing so much fuel right there. Let's see if it can engage the flails. Have to take that front cover off, but and oil that starter, but it's okay. It runs really good. I would call that a success. How about that? That was easier than it should have been. Well, considering it was so hard and I figured out the problem, I guess it makes sense. I also put the spark plug in the ultrasonic cleaner and cleaned all the carbon off of it. So I will eventually replace the spark plug, but it's good for a little while. So yeah, let's I think either see, because there's a lot of fuel on the top of here. Well, not a lot, but here, let's take you out of the tripod. I'm not exactly sure where it's leaking from. Focus. I'm not sure if it's leak. It looks like it's leaking from around here, but I can't really tell. So we'll have to check that out. Looks like we've got a leak out of the crankcase seal for the valve. Actually, not the valves. This is the breather. So we'll make sure that's nice and tight. It looks kind of loose. I can see some oil coming out right there. You see that? You can't really see because of the light. Yeah. So we've got some work to do. There's And that looks like it's old. Just stuff that I might have not been able to get off with the pressure washer. Any other leaks? This is a dirty engine. Last time I checked, it had oil in it. Hopefully it still does. Probably a little bit late to check, but it had oil in it. Ooh, it's kind of milky. Oh yeah, it's got more than enough. Okay, I get it, I get it. I'm putting it back. We'll do an oil change on it later. I'm gonna let the engine cool down because I've just run it and it's hot now. Sounds like it hunts a little bit. I'm thinking that that will actually change when I put the air filter on it, because it will actually make it a little bit richer. So we'll tune it with the air filter on, because I think that that's going to make a difference. So runs good though. I mean, it's actually definitely, it sounds healthy. Muffler isn't rotted completely, so that's good. It sounds actually really nice. It's not too loud. It's actually bearable without ear protection. So yeah, pretty nice. We'll get into that gasket. I'm thinking I'm gonna need to get just a new gasket there too, but we'll try with just the screw first. The cap also might just be bad because the cap definitely is not venting the way it should. I think it might just be leaking around the end here. This is the original cap, clearly. And yeah, you can see how it probably has been getting around there because it has no seal. So we'll get a new cap for it. I didn't really want to because I wanted to keep the patina, but I actually think I'm going to paint the whole engine anyways. So we'll get a new cap for it. Get in there, tighten up those covered bolts. I hope that the breather doesn't need a new gasket, but if it does, I can get a new one. Not a big deal. These engines actually have quite a bit of aftermarket and new old stock parts, so I'm not too worried if I have to get into like a Chinese aftermarket stuff. It should work. I'm glad the kill switch works because I didn't think it would. But why, Briggs and Stratton, would you put it on the head of the engine that gets hot? Like, does that make sense to anyone else? Like, yeah, you flick it for a second and it doesn't burn you, but it's hot. It's hot to the touch, and I can tell you if this has been running for a while, that would be pretty hot. I don't understand that, but okay. It kind of looks like there used to be like a knob here or something. I'll have to look it up in the manual to see if there used to be something there and maybe put something on it. But it works, so that's all I care about, is that it actually kills the engine. But yeah, she runs good. She's a beaut. A beaut and a beast, all in one. Nice little engine, 1970s. So, I think it was a 1971. Don't quote me on that. You can look at my other videos, I actually tell you, but it's been a long time. Throttle works good, so, and the governor works, so that's good. I think it's just a normal governor because it goes into the side of the engine. You can see, so it's not one of those airflow vane governor things, which is good because those kind of sucked. So yeah, I think we're pretty good. This thing will work for me. I'm really happy about that. Alright, this video's been long enough. We'll get into kind of the goodies of this thing later, but I think this video's long enough. We got it running. I'm happy.